Yeah. Well, I had a really bad experience with oysters on Sunday evening.
Do you know, that's one of my biggest fears in life, because I adore oysters, and, you know, the chances are one day I'll get a bad one and I'll never be able to have another one again, and I really hope it never happens, because they're gorgeous. Did you used to think they were lovely?
Yeah, but wouldn't you think that tinned oysters would be 100% safe?
Yes, I would. Is that
Exactly.
what they were?
A very famous tinned fish manufacturer, you know, who do the tuna and the salmon, etc.
Yes.
I saw these in supermarket. They're new out on the market, and I thought, well, I'll get these. And Sunday evening, I was having a couple of glasses of wine, and I thought, I'll have a little nibble on those oysters.
You would?
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, they were absolutely gorgeous. They were lovely. 6:30 a.m. Monday morning, I was very ill. I mean, I'm talking seriously ill. Shortness of breath. The blood pressure must have dropped down immensely. I've had oysters in restaurants before, no problems. Mussels, I eat a lot of seafood.
Were you being sick as well?
Everything.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
both ends.
Both.
Yeah.
Both ends, yeah.
Okay.
I've never done anything like it. And I just thought I'd call in and say, because it's so strange. I would have thought, if anything, even in really posh restaurants, you'd taking a slight risk maybe, but tinned oysters I'd have thought would have been fine. You know, strange.
I mean, it was definitely that. It couldn't have been anything else, could it?
Well, no, it couldn't have been. I mean,
were you eating alone or with anybody else?
No, it's just at night. I was pottering around in the office, doing a couple of glasses of wine, and I thought I'll get the new oysters out. And the strange thing is, I actually went on the internet and Googled this new product that was out on the market, and people were saying on the internet, on the chat group thing, saying, "Food of the gods, beautiful. These new tinned oysters are lovely. Best have them out of the tin with a glass of champagne in the bath." Because obviously people are having these, and they are very nice. Don't get me wrong, but I would never ever risk. In fact, I wouldn't even risk an oyster in the restaurant again.
Oh, now that is so sad though, because like me, clearly this is one of your favourite things. And, you're having, well, obviously that's not an allergy, but it's a very interesting story, and it just goes to show that freezing or tinning or whatever does not necessarily a safe product to make.
Well, could it be a sudden allergy to seafood?
Yes,
maybe?
it could be. It could actually, because a few years ago, I went out with several friends of mine, and one of them had like the salmon with a few cockles and other bits of seafood around the outside. And he was terribly ill, and he rang up the restaurant, and they said, well, we've had no other complaints. And we all thought, yeah, well, of course they're not going to say, half the customers have rung up today to say they're all dying, obviously, you know. And then he came to me, and I did scallops, and he was sick as could be on the way home.
Really?
Which he said was terrible, because he was like leaning against like a brick wall, 1 o'clock in the morning, barfing.
Yeah.
And there were these people going past going, assuming that he was just a drunk.
How soon is this after that he had these the seafood then? Is it a few hours after or a couple of hours after?
In both. In the first case, it was probably about 10 hours, and with my scallops, I mean, he was on his way home, so it's probably about 4 or 5 hours.
Really?
And so now he knows that he, at the age of about 36, out of nowhere has come this allergy for seafood. Fish he's still fine with. He's tried a couple of other crustaceans, but the others he doesn't even dare try. I mean, for all we know, he might still be fine with lobster. But he just doesn't even once want to take the chance, because it's such a horrible experience.
It's not worth the risk. I mean, I thought I was going to die. I was actually getting pints of water and pouring it over my head. I was soaking to keep myself conscious. I felt myself passing out. That was that bad.
Yeah,
really bad.
I think you're quite right, Kevin. It could well be that you have acquired from nowhere suddenly an allergy, and it could be that the tinned oysters are perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But it could be that bad oysters stay bad when they're tinned. If anybody knows whether the canning process does cure that, it'd be interesting to hear, wouldn't it?
They do octopus as well. I had octopus over Christmas, little tin. I mean, I fresh fish normally. I love steaming the fish. I love cooking and that. But sometimes it's just convenient to have these little tins and nice little snack at night. Just open the tin. And
Nothing wrong with tin products.
Have your mackerel with the spicy tomato sauce and things like that. And I thought, well, I'll treat myself to some of these little, well, I say treat myself, they weren't expensive, but I thought I'll treat myself to a little nibble at night, with a glass of wine. And
that's what happened.
And I mean, it must have been that. It couldn't have been anything else.
Maybe we can sort it out and find out whether it's you or them.